Mhm. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? It's good to see you. Been away a little while. Lair Farmer 73 here. I want to say guava. Hello to everybody. How y'all doing? Happy, what day is this? Wednesday? I want to come in here with a message as you come into the room. So the first thing you see when you rewatch this video is this message. Find your folks. Hey, my Renaissance grandma. How you doing? It's good to see you. Find your folks. Find your people. How you doing, Lisa Washington, ML, and for barbecue, Miko, homesteading for real, Lux Throws. How you doing, Michelle Law? Oh my God, it's moving fast. Cool Breeze, MLDTV, Val. How you doing, Almeda, Adric, Growing with Nay. How you doing? EV, what's going on? About that life, how you doing? And for barbecue, Regina Tyson, living for the purpose. Yah's daughter, how you doing? Gardening with Eve. Let me see. Josh White, TLC in the garden, how you doing? Sony, young lady. I don't know what that one is. I'm sorry. G Cole, Sarah, how you doing? Let me see. Gail, Ashley Williams, High Noon Sky, Suzette, F. LeBlanc, Don T, how you doing? Tracy Owens, how you doing, Tracy Owens? Who was that? I don't know that one, I'm sorry. Sandra McCoy, Sunshine, G Cole, Detroit Diva, how you doing? Bessie, how you doing? Charles Moore, how you doing? Thank you, y'all. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. It means a lot to me. Number one, I want to say thank you to all of the new subscribers that came in, especially over this past week. I want to say thank you for all of the support that you give me, because when you support me, you support all these other people that need, some of this knowledge that we all pour into this channel. I want to say thank you for that. Everybody, thank you. For over all these years, it's been over 15 years, I want to say thank you. I've been humbled several times. I'm not, I take constructive criticism. Sometimes it's hard for me to swallow, but I take it and I appreciate it. And I want to say thank you to everybody that has made me better at everything I do, either on YouTube or even in my real life here. Thank you. Okay? I want to say this. I haven't been on YouTube at all. I think I put out one video over the last 7 days or something like that. Bro Farmer, what's going on, brother? I want to tell y'all this. Find your folks. Hashtag find your folks. Find your people. Get with the people that you know and love and come together and build a community. If you hear me, raise your hand. When I say find your folks, find your people, build your community, network with other communities. And I like to say this: eat the fruit of their knowledge and spit out the seeds of division. What I mean by that is, when you come together in a community, after you find your folks, there's going to be people that, you see ain't for the right thing. Forget what they are saying. Exclude them. Get away from them. Move forward, past them. Get the knowledge from all of your brethren and your sisters, and just remove the hatred, division, the racism, and all of the other garbage that goes along. Listen, hey, even if this one person you always kind of look at with like a little shady eye, you kind of looking at them side eye, but get as much knowledge as you can from that person, but forget the bullshit. Now, let's be honest, okay? Y'all know I mess around a lot, but I try my best to give you everything I know for real that helps me move forward. So forget the jokes and forget the funny and, you know, forget that. But man, go on ahead, devour that knowledge the best you can. And the best way to do that is find your folks. I'm saying this because it's 2025. It's almost 2026. Okay? It's almost 2026. And I need y'all, well, let me rephrase that. We need to move a little different in 2026. From this point on, all the way to 2026, we need to move different. I know this is going to be hard to swallow. But what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to kind of bury the hatchet on some nonsense. There's a lot of I guess you can say street rules that we abide by. It's unspoken, but it's some, you know what I'm saying. It's some street rules that we all abide by. And they're really unspoken. And what it is you think that everybody should be born with this kind of knowledge. You may be from a certain place. And in that certain place, there are rules and regulations. But if I'm not from that place, I don't know those rules and regulations. And I might come in the door sideways and you kind of brush me off, right? We may want to start giving people a chance to figure some stuff out, because I had a conversation with a beautiful group of people, my folks. We sat around a campfire and we had a wonderful conversation. And I had this conversation. One of my friends brought up he said, you know, the gun violence, right? We start talking about gun violence. And he was like, you know, back in our days, we had to fight. If y'all had a disagreement or y'all was butting heads, you picked them up, you knuckled up, and there was a winner, and there was a loser. Somebody might be leaking, somebody may be going home laughing, right? But both of y'all went home to tell y'all side of the story. So as he said that, I picked up the rest of that story. And I said, you want to know the difference between back then and now? Because we've always had disagreements. We've always butted heads. And we always fought. But here was the difference. Here's the biggest difference I want to, and please, if y'all got young children in your teens and early 20s and 30s, tell them this. I don't know how many times, I'm going to ask you like I asked him. How many times back in the day before everybody had violence, gun violence every 5 seconds, how many times have a person you got in a bad argument with or a fist fight and y'all didn't speak or see each other for years, and then later down the line for some reason you seen them in the store, you seen them at some kind of function, you seen them in the club, you seen them at the bar, you seen them somewhere. And both of y'all kind of looked at each other like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? You know, and y'all talked. And you said, you know what, man, that was crazy when we was younger, right? Yeah, man. We was both fighting over that girl, man. She ended up marrying dude. Ain't that funny, man? Man, let me buy you a drink. Funny thing is, not only did y'all bury the hatchet, but this dude ended up being one of your best friends when you're older. And then y'all can keep telling the story like, man, I used to hate this dude, man. Me and this dude used to fight all the time, man. Me and this cat, man, right here. I used to want to break this dude's legs, right? You know what I'm saying? We can change that. Because whatever problem was happening back then when we was young or when we was kids, man, we realize when we get a little older, Man, that was garbage. But the difference is we were both alive to realize what we were doing back then was stupid. And then as we get older, we come together, we find out, man, hey, my kid's best friend at school is your kid. And we end up meeting at a family function, and then my son brings your daughter over and said, Dad, this the little girl I like. This is Amy, or whatever. And come to find out, this the dude we got in a fight when we was younger. But now our children are best friends. If not, they got puppy love or whatever, So what we gonna do about this? We in our 40s and 50s and 60s. Is we about to fight again? No. We gonna let that go. We're gonna have conversations at their wedding and realize how stupid we've been. Because what we end up finding out was, man, we are just alike. And if we wouldn't have fought way back then, we would have probably been best friends for life because, man, me and you think alike. We like the same stuff. We do the same things. We're interested in the same hobbies. Wow. Who would have knew? I hated you all through high school. And here we are, drinking a beer together. Our kids are getting married to one another, right? The difference is the kids of today don't get a chance for that to happen if they aiming them firearms every time they have a disagreement. Every time they don't like something, they got that dot on your forehead. Every time they don't like a situation, they think the answer is that doggone dot on your forehead. Every time you want to get in a fight over a girl, stepping on your shoes, spill a drink on your clothes, the only fist is being made, got a firearm in it. That means you erase all chances of y'all ever reconciling. You erase all chances of knowing the dude that you think right now is your worst enemy is probably your best friend. And you about to try to take his life. You don't even realize it. You're about to erase a man that later down the line when y'all 40 and 50 and 60 would stand in front of a bullet for you, and you don't even realize it. You don't even realize if you take this man's life, you don't realize you just killed your shield. Because he would have stood in front of a bullet. If you got to know this man, he would have stood in front of a bullet for you. And you don't even know it. So later down the line in your 40s, 50s, and 60s, that bullet, karma. The same bullet you served this dude that was supposed to be your shield, your rock, your best friend, is going to get served back to you. So we had that conversation. The reason why I wanted to share that conversation with you is because I found my folks. I found people, like-minded people, that I can sit around and have conversations with, real conversations. And we may not agree on everything, but we can respect each other's point of view to the point it'll let you be quiet and let this man have the stage, and maybe he'll change your mind. Maybe they'll say something from a different angle than you didn't think about. Maybe you was being a little too narrow-minded. And when somebody gave their other perspective, you like, well, I ain't never thought about it. Like, I still feel this way, but I get your point. And it makes you a better man. And it softens your heart when you get a chance to hear somebody else's opinion that can really, now real people, real folks, real tribes, real people, open their minds to another opinion, to constructive criticism. And that will make you be like, will you stop talking real quick, stop over talking, folks, shut up and listen. And you know, twice over this past week, I got a different perspective on two different important things in my mind. I was dead set on a certain situation, and these two men said, hey, brother, but I know, lad, but look, check it out. What if it was ABC instead of, elemental P? I see your point. The reason for this whole video, you will not get that kind of structure in your life if you just always around a bunch of yes men. If your group and your circle of people is always like, yep, that's right. Yep, that's right. Everything you say and everything you do, if everything that you say and do that everybody agree with, I'm telling you it's a problem. Well, what's that saying younger folks say? If you ain't got nobody hating you, if you ain't got no trolls, if you ain't got nobody peeping in on you, man, you may be doing something wrong, right? If you ain't got no bots, you ain't got no trolls, if you ain't got no haters, you may be doing something wrong. You don't want everybody around you talk about some, yep, that's right. Yep, that's right. So it feels good, man, to be humbled. It feels good to be corrected. It feels good to be wrong so you can be corrected if you be quiet long enough. But you won't find that in just your normal average circle. See, the stuff that we think is real, this YouTube and the social media, just because everybody on your channel saying, that's right, that's not it. Don't let these platforms take away your humanity. Don't let these platforms take away your humanity. What I mean by that is, what you need to do, and I know I'm wagging my finger, and I mean this though. What we all need to do is take a minute and meet in person. Period. Do it several times, not just once. Everybody should have a, hey, no matter, it do not have to be no major meetup. It don't have to be 20 or 30 or 50 people in the meetup. It could be just me and you. It could just be us. Right? Like, hey, you in town? Let me come over there. Let me holler at you. Let's get together. Let me buy you dinner. That's all it gotta be. But if we do that on a regular basis, you know what you don't see? You can't lie in person. You can't fake the funk in person. In person, people find you. They know you. They see you. If I don't want you to see me dig on my nose, all I gotta do is this. On social media. If I gotta scratch my butt, I just do this. I can fake anything on social media. I can make you think I'm a hero on social media. You can't do that in person. There is no edit button in person. There is no camera that you can cover up in person. And that's why you need to find your folks, build your community, And once you build your community, network with other like-minded communities. I've been trying for 10 years to build a community. And one thing that I had to learn, eat the knowledge and spit out the seeds of division. That's what I didn't do. See, I was greedy. I was trying to consume the whole thing. And that's where we mess up when we come building a community. I didn't care who came in, just we all together. But you gotta stop and be like, this mug ain't right. Even though that person like him, that person like him, that person like him, that dude right there ain't right. And you need to absorb the knowledge, spit out the seeds of the bull. Absorb that knowledge. But after that, man, go on about your business. And it's a lot of that going on social media. It's a lot of that. That's why I say, man, listen, find your folks, come together. And let me tell you something. I used to have a public camp where anybody could come. Anybody across the country from around the world could show up at these camps. And we used to do a survival camp. It taught me a lot. It taught me a lot about reality, real life, and social media. There's a difference. Don't ever think they're the same thing. Do not ever think that those two things are the same thing, because they're not. You will get somebody in there that's a stark raving lunatic. You never knew, because they can put a little puppy dog on their thumbnail. You won't know. They can do anything with their page and you won't know. They can write their bio, I love feeding goldfish. You won't know that they're stark raving mad until you see them in person. You won't know that on social media. I don't care who it is. I see a lot of us coming together on different times. I see y'all post little videos and shorts and stuff like that. And y'all come together for a minute. And, you know, it ain't got to be no big deal. Man, that's how you build a community. That's how you build a bond. That's how you build a kinship with people. Remember, that's how we used to do it before computers. That's how we used to do it before social media. Right? When I did a private camp, when I did a public survival camp, I was trying to get as many like-minded people as I possibly could together so we could build a community. I never thought that I would end up making it private, because I thought grown folks had right good sense, but clearly that ain't how that works. But I'm gonna tell you this. This is the part I kind of regret. Now, I don't regret it because it wasn't me, but I kind of wish. I wish more people would have showed up. The people that I know were the real ones. I know a lot of real ones. You know what I'm saying? I mean, personally, I wish they would have showed up, because I would have loved for them to be part of that private community. But I know everybody got a life. You know, I get it. But I promise you this. Man, some stuff you need to take a minute and just go. You be feeling the calling. It's several gatherings to go on, and you feel the calling. And you say, nah, you should go. You should go meet up with some of these folks here. Did you sit here and watch them on YouTube every week, every day? Man, you should go to some of their meetups. You should go. You should go. I'm telling you, it'll change your life. And not just that, you don't just go to see people in person and embrace them in person. You build a bond. You make relationships. Man, there's people here that we chop it up all the time now. Just be, you know, I'm telling you, find your folks. I just got back from a major camping trip, and I had the time of my life. Y'all out there talk about some you won't go camping, you scared of bugs, you don't want to lay on the ground and all that stuff. You know something? I went camping, and my family, because they my family, the people that I went to camp with, you wouldn't have knew you was at camp. The only difference was, well, no, can't say it was trees around because that's your neighborhood. Man, listen. Have you ever heard of survival glamping? How many people ever heard of that? Man, my group was survival glamping. Because don't get it twisted. Even though they had everything it took to survive, because believe, trust and believe, if something went down where we all couldn't make it back home, we were all ready to survive. But you couldn't tell. You couldn't tell. Because everybody's survival gear was dressed up. Tents looked like houses. You thought people was all on air beds and air mattress. Man, you go in there and it's damn near a real bed in this doggone tent. It's mugs got couches, recliners, whole showers. Now, mind you, they built this. You hear me? They put this together. Whole body showers. Ain't no washing up like this. No, they are in the shower. Inside their tent. It was survival glamping, man. It was the most beautiful thing. Ain't nobody in this camp eating like granola bars and stuff trying to, no, man, it's cooking whole meals. You hear me? Whole meals. Ain't nobody bringing no little rocket stoves and stuff. Nah. Got a whole spread, a whole grill and griddle and barbecue, man. They doing it. And each one of us is learning from one another. Ain't nobody sitting around eating bowls of oatmeal talking about, I hope we make it to the end. Man, we were eating cuisine. We had chefs in this mug. You hear me? We had chefs. Plural. Chefs. That means more than one chef. Hooking stuff up. Thinking I'm about to be in here eating beef jerky sticks and stuff. Don't be believing that's how you got to camp, and don't be believing that that's how you got to survive. You can still do it in style, and that's what the heck we did. And I'm so proud of all of the people that had never been camping before, so they say, and just went all out. Like, listen, do with me as y'all will. Just show me what I need to do, and let's do it. I ain't talking about, I'm scared of that. I don't want no bud. Something in my hair. Nope. It was like, we out here now. All you need to understand is we're your family now. We ain't gonna let nothing happen to you. All you gotta do is yell, scream, call somebody's name, and we all come in running. That's all you need to do. And every time we heard a sound, we all kicked in. We all did our part. We all sent the message around the camp. Did you hear that? You hear such and such, seen such and such? You heard that? They said somebody was did and this and that and other thing. The whole camp was in unity on information. We would all meet up and spread the knowledge and the information that we needed when something went wrong. If one person forgot something, another person had it. If somebody didn't have the right food, hey, you got the food, but you ain't got no grill, I got you. If you got the grill, but you ain't got no food, I got you. You got the cup, I got the water, I got you. Man, it was so beautiful. All I kept thinking was that I wish the world, and I said this in one of our campfires, I wish the world would all break up in little factions like this and talk amongst themselves for real. And then all of us come back together. I'm going to say this. True story. How many people think that all world leaders on both sides of the aisle, all world leaders, all high-ranking politicians, and all high-ranking lawmakers, I think they should all go to camp together. Not your armies, not your militaries, not no firearms, no knives, no weapons. I think that all of the world leaders in high-ranking positions should come together and all go to camp in the middle of the woods for about 30 days. See, when you go in there, something changes, see? When you go into the middle of the woods and all you got is a tent and some rations of food, you know what changes? We all on the even playing field. Your military ain't stronger than mine. Your muscle ain't stronger than mine. Your strategic stuff ain't better than mine. Your land ain't greater than mine. Your land ain't got more minerals and riches than mine. Nope. Everybody is on the same even playing field. And what they'll find out real quick is I can't do nothing without you. You're going to find out real quick that I can't do nothing without you. We may hate each other's countries, but out here in the woods alone, I can't do nothing without you. Why? Because even though we got the exact same rations, we all got the exact same food pack, the exact same tent, the exact same backpack, and the exact same gear, guess what? I may be a vegan. You may hate vegetables and you want all the meat. So what will happen is you'll give me your vegetables and I'll give you my beef sticks. You may have a medical condition. For instance, let's be real. Some of these world leaders may be a little bit morbidly obese and can't walk and hike through the woods at the same pace as everybody else. So you may need somebody to help you carry your pack and your tent. You may need the rest of the group to take a break because you can't do it, right? You can't climb this hill. Your body ain't in physical shape to be climbing this hill up to the campsite. So you will have to slow the rest of the camp down so you can take a break. So what would that mean? That means everybody has to agree to, man, be gracious to you and your medical condition. Maybe you have a physical disability and you can't climb over this last hill. Somebody gonna have to reach their hand out and grab your hand and pull you up. Because your leg don't bend properly. You know? I'm just saying. Man, we playing games with bullets. It's easy to pull triggers, man. It's easy to pull triggers. My dog has paws and she can pull a trigger. That just lets you know how much sense you need to remove somebody from this planet. You don't need no sense. All you need to do is say, go and do it. But it takes thought. It takes a lot of decision making to work together. It's easy to pull a trigger. It's easy to give orders. It's easy to take orders. But it's hard to work with somebody else that ain't with you. It's hard to work with somebody else when you're trying to accomplish something and they have a different path that they want to go than you do. They have to prove to you that their path is better. And you have to shut up and listen and hear why their path is better. That takes a real man. That takes brain power. It don't take brain power to say, go over there and blow them up. Right? I'm just saying. Find your folks. Get with your people. Build your tribe. Build your tribe. And the reason why I say that is because in this world that we're in right now, you ain't gonna be able to do this alone. You know, I said this years ago on YouTube to a lot of people. You can't do this by yourself. A lot of people took that the wrong way about building on YouTube. A lot of people took that the wrong way, like I was being arrogant. But that ain't what I meant. I meant you can't do this by yourself. You can create all the content you want. But if you alienate yourself from everybody else, it's going to be a slow run for you. It's going to be a slow go. I said that and I meant it and I stand on it to this very day. Now, like I said, spitting out the seeds of ridiculousness, that's one thing. But alienating yourself because you think you're better than somebody else, it's going to be a slow run for you. A lot of people took that the wrong way. I could do it by myself. I know you can. There's a lot of people out there say, listen, I live by myself and I can do it by myself. I don't need no man. I know you can. It's going to be slow motion, though. I never said you can't do it. Just saying it's going to be some slow motion. So don't expect a quick turnover or overturn of your situation. Every time you got some help, whether it's your spouse or a good friend, you can always make more stuff happen in a less amount of time. It's just physics. One of these days, I hope to have an open public camp again one day. Of course, it's going to be a lot of things different, but one of these days, I would love to have another public camp, but have a different mindset this time. Come in here on some knowledge, because here's the problem. Everybody want to come to party. This ain't no time to party, though. It's all fun and games. Ain't no problem with that when it's time. But right now, we need to be all talking about how we gonna pull through this mess that we are all in. Man, these are some horrible times. These are some horrible times that we're in. Do you think this is horrible times, or it's just me? I've only read about stuff like this. I've only been told from my mother and my grandparents. I've only been told stories like this than what we're going through right now. I've never seen it with my own eyes till now. Wakes me up to see is how divided and hateful that so many people are. You couldn't have made me believe there was this many hateful people before. I knew it was a lot, but I didn't know the majority. I didn't know it was the majority. It changes things. What it changes is finding your folks. Stop playing games with everybody. Stop pulling your toys out and wanting to play with everybody. That's enough of that. When I say find your folks, what I mean is do your research. Find out who's for you and who is not for you. Find out who you can trust and who you cannot trust. Because just because they look like you don't mean anything anymore. There are more people that look like me on the porch pouring Kool-Aid, lemonade for the boss now than ever before. You dig what I'm saying? There's a lot more people now that look like me on the porch that wants to pour the boss's lemonade. How much sugar, boss? It's a lot of them now. So that don't mean no. Now you got to prove yourself. You got to prove yourself worthy of my friendship. Unfortunately, and it's sad but true. I can't hang around you if, man, I'm not going to pretend that I'm okay with that. I'm tired of making up the excuses that, oh, that's just how they act. No. You want to hear something? And then we gonna roll out of here? I want you to stay for this. You know what I'm tired of hearing? I'm tired of hearing this phrase right here. I'm tired of hearing, I was just doing my job. How many people keep hearing that? Raise your hand. I was just doing my job. How many people are tired of hearing that? You laid that boy down cold in the street and he wasn't even doing nothing. He stole a Snicker bar and now you took his life for stealing a Snicker bar. It's people out here taking the innocence of children, and you killed the man for stealing a Snicker bar. You give that man a ticket in a day in court for that. There's no reason on the planet Earth you need to pull out your weapon to destroy that man. The Snicker bar is poison anyway. He did the world a favor. What you should do is go into that company that makes that candy and say, hands up. Walk backwards towards me. Interlock your fingers. Go down to your knees. Put your left arm behind your back. And now you're right. And then put handcuffs on them. Because the people that make this poisonous food, that's the real criminal. But all your excuse is when they pull you into court is, I was just doing my job. That got to be the most pettiest, pathetic excuse in the world. Every time I see something bad on TV, some kind of heinous act that somebody did, I was just doing my job. You helping certain people make certain laws against another people, and you said, look, I was just doing my job. You want to know who else was just doing their job? Remember the man with the little mustache? Remember him with the little hair? They're still hunting down the people that helped him in those atrocities back in them days. And you know when they caught some of them, they said, I was just following orders. I was just doing my job. You tell me, is that a good enough excuse? Is that a good enough excuse? Because if you think that's a good enough excuse, I need you to go and read the book Moby Dick. Don't watch the movie. Read the book Moby Dick. It's one of my favorite books. Because them men all destroyed themselves. Why? Because they followed a lunatic into his watery grave. And why? Because they were just doing their job. They were just following orders. They really were just following a lunatic. Now, everybody knew that this man was crazy. They said, man, you still hunting after this fish? This fish is going to kill us. He said, shut your mouth, follow orders, and let's go. But, sir, we made it back to shore. I don't know if we'll be able to make it back to shore again. That fish sure was mad last time. We barely made it out with our lives. Load up the men, pack up some more food, and let's go back out to sea and catch that fish. Does any of this sound familiar? And all of these men knew that their captain was a lunatic. They knew it. They had talked about it down in the bottom of the ship. Hey, captain is really clowning right now, ain't he? Yeah, man, we done messed up. I should have stayed home. My wife told me to stay home with her. I should have stayed home, right? Doesn't that sound familiar? They all know they're wrong, and they all know that they're following a lunatic to their watery grave. But when they all get caught red-handed doing some stupid stuff, what is all their excuses? I was just following orders. I was just doing my job. We got people right now marching the streets and turning the barrel of those firearms on your brothers and sisters, people you live right next door to, your same brethren. You are aiming your firearms at these people. People you live with. People, once you're done with your military career, you're going to go right back home to and become one of them. You were best friends with some of these people. And you're sitting here, standing here, holding a high-powered weapon. And if anybody moves or says the wrong thing that Captain Ahab don't like, he's giving you orders to remove them from this planet. It has already happened several times. And you know what their excuse is going to be? No different than the people that followed the man with the little mustache. I was just following orders. I was just doing what I was told. I was just doing my job. It's not an excuse. So with saying all of that, I'm saying in these troubled times, find your folks, find your people, come together, build a relationship with them and build a relationship with the Most High. That's all I can say to you. And I'm saying this, you can't be out here by yourself right now. I don't care who you are. Don't be by yourself to go do nothing. To go to the store, don't do anything by yourself. They have made a law. Now, they have just passed a law that says, in a nutshell, we can stop anybody we want to about your nationality and pull you in. There is no way to prove your nationality by looking at somebody. There is no way. But they said it's okay to judge them by what they look like. Don't go nowhere by yourself. Build a community. Look at how everybody is fighting back. Have you noticed how everybody is fighting back? Communities are fighting back. Not just one man fighting back. Not just one woman fighting back. Communities are fighting back. Right? Communities are coming together and not allowing them to take over their community. They're giving them a hard time, making it harder to infiltrate, making it harder for them to target people. You know, all I can say is, God help us. That's all I got. That's what I learned this week while I was with my folks. Man, beautiful, man. You know what else you find out? You know what else you find out when you build your community? You know what else you find out when you build your tribe? You also find out how skillful and how knowledgeable people are. They just don't want to have a platform, right? Like me, I got a platform. And I'm able to tell anybody at any time what's on my mind. But there's people out there way smarter than me, way more knowledgeable, way more intelligent, way more educated than me that y'all will never know. Because social media ain't their thing. I'm just glad that they watched me long enough and trusted me long enough to want to come together and build with me. Because I would have never known that. And I'm talking about some people, naturally quiet, naturally laid back, don't speak too loud, soft-spoken, calm, collected. They ain't loud and boisterous like me. They ain't all flaring their arms around like me. Them is the ones, man. They study. They pay attention. And they got a lot of knowledge that they want to share. But they're particular on who they want to share that knowledge with. They're very particular. They don't got to be running their mouth every 5 seconds like me. They're very, very, very particular on who they want to share that knowledge with. And I'm proud and I'm humble that they wanted to share that knowledge, wisdom, and education with me and my wife. Much gratitude to all of them. That's it. Before I go, 7 minutes, any questions? Any questions whatsoever? There you go, Sandra. Read the room, right? Read the room. Okay. No questions? Well, we'll let it go then, all right? I just wanted to come in here and just tell you how humbled I am and to show my gratitude for such good people. Thank you, my Renaissance grandma. Yeah, we had a wonderful week. A wonderful week. You learn a lot about people when you sleeping in some, You sleeping under the stars in some cloth. You know, a tent ain't nothing but some cloth, right? The only thing letting somebody not see you bucket naked is a sheet. A tent really is just a sheet. That's trust. Do you know what? That's why you trust people. That's why you got to go camping. I'm gonna go and finish off this few last minutes. That's why everybody need to go camping. You know that test where you're supposed to cross your eyes and cross your arms and close your eyes and fall backwards, and somebody's supposed to catch you. You're supposed to trust that somebody gonna catch you, right? Man, that's the kind of trust camping do, because you trust that the tent next to you and the people in it is on the up and up. You trust and you believe that the people ain't spying on you while you trying to wash your goodies, right? You trying to put some soap and water on your cookies, and you pray that somebody ain't videotaping you, right? Or trying to look at your silhouette, right? Because if your light, FYI, if your light is placed in the wrong position inside your tent while you sitting here trying to wash your meat and potatoes, everybody can see you. Okay? Just letting you know. But you hope that somebody would stop and say, hey, we can see you. Cut that light out, you know. You would hope that somebody ain't got their phone just recording for later. You would hope that somebody won't go into your tent and take any of your items. You hope that you can trust the people next to you not to steal your food. You can hope that they got your back if an animal like a bear, I know you're watching, if an animal like a bear shows up, you would hope and trust that the rest of that camp in those tents around you will have your back if you get in a situation with a bear. If y'all heard me. Okay? So just find your folks, build your community, find your people, find your tribe, and be serious about it. I'm not talking about y'all just get on social media. I mean it. Go play bingo with somebody. Go play Scrabble. Go play a game of spades with somebody. Go play some dominoes with somebody. Go to the club with somebody. Go with them. Hang out with them. Because I'm going to tell you one thing that I know for sure. This is not a conspiracy theory. In 2025, there is more bad spirits out there than good. Do you agree? There are more bad spirits walking around us than good right now. So your job, all of our job right now, is to connect with all of those good spirits, all of that good energy. We are to connect right now. If you find somebody with that high-powered energy that can get you to the next positive level or get you to that next highest vibration, you need to attract to them, and you need to glue yourself to them, because I've never thought in a million years I would say this. There are more evil spirits walking around us. When I say evil spirits, I'm not talking about ghosts. I'm talking about the heart of a man, the spirit and the soul of people walking around you. There are more evil spirits walking around us in these meat suits than there is good. If you find good people right now, attach yourself to them and don't let go. And while y'all together, y'all go find another one. Start clinking together like a nucleus. Go find other people and link together with them, because it will take one big positive energy group to fight off all of this singular negative energy. Everywhere I go, I don't just feel it anymore. You ever been in a store and you can feel that you don't belong here? You ever been somewhere and you feel like, I don't feel comfortable here? You ever been in a restaurant and feel like, yeah, I don't feel comfortable here. The food looks great, the food smells great, but I don't feel comfortable eating here. I feel like I'm being watched. Have you ever felt that energy? Nobody's looking at you, mind you. Nobody's looking at you, but you feel that energy, right? I used to just feel it, but now I see it. Now those evil spirits are showing themselves. I can see it now. So it lets me know what I felt was right, but now I see it. Find those good spirits, okay? Find them good people. Build your community. Find your folks. That being said, I love all y'all. Please be safe. Keep your head on swivel. All right? Live Farmer 73. I love you, and I'm out.